Welcome to my channel, and in this video I want to show you my newest coloring book, which is called Tales from the Stars, and it's a book by Polish artist Anna Miarczyńska. I already have several pictures by Anna included in the book Lady Spring, which I colored in the beginning of December, I believe. I will leave you a link to that book also in the info box or in the end of the video. And in Lady Spring there were works by several artists, but works by Anna immediately caught my attention. So when I discovered that there is a newest book by Anna, I was extremely happy. The whole book is dedicated to zodiac signs, but even if you are not a big lover of zodiac, of such things like telling fortune from the stars, you still will be in love with the art, and you will be in love with the quality of this book. Book is huge. It's A4 size. Comparing to the size of Hannah Carson, it's bigger. You can see how much it's bigger. And it's also extremely thick. Here. It's a real pleasure to touch this book, to hold it, because it's like normal hardcover book printed with this beautiful art on the cover and with these beautiful golden letters. And also it was published in Poland by Decomate, and they already are quite famous because of the highest quality of the paper they use for their books. So it's printed on a very thick white paper. Book has this binding like normal hardcover books, and pictures, they are almost one-sided. In the beginning of the book we have a little bit a story from Anna about significance of zodiac signs, her thoughts regarding them, and also we have some examples of Anna's artwork. We can use them as an experiment, as an inspiration, and some of them indeed are quite interesting for me, because you know that I tend to color with the whole palette for one page, and to do something in limited color palette, like here we have this sepia pictures, or in limited color palette with just shades of green. It's very nice, very interesting experience for me. I definitely will try to do something similar in this book. Beautiful artworks. We have parts of the book dedicated to each of the signs. Small explanation in Polish and in English. And then pictures. I really appreciate again that we have names of the pictures and a little bit words from Anna, what she wanted to show in this page, in this picture. For example, this one, it's called The Magic of the Beginning Time of the Initial Fire. Very nice. And I would say that even for beginners, such pictures, they are totally not intimidating. Even if you are not experienced in coloring face, skin, for such smaller size of the characters, it's absolutely not frightening. I always frightened when we have a huge face on the whole page, but here, when we also have very delicate shading which hints us where to put darker color, where to put highlights, it's quite easy to color. Look at this beauty. It's definitely in my top list of favorite pictures from this one. It's called The Encounter Between the Day and Night. Beautiful idea, and I do love Anna's style. Her girls are beautiful. She always put quite interesting designs and jewelry on them, interesting designs of clothes and jewelry on them, and also she's quite good at all botanical elements. Even in the Lady Spring book I noticed how good she is in drawing flowers, plants, so I was quite happy that in this book we also have many botanical elements. Look at this interesting crown which was made from leaves, berries, butterflies, snails, so quite interesting to find all those details. Next we have Taurus. And again, this one it's absolutely beautiful. Here we have women are from Venus. I think that when I will color pictures in this book, I will try to continue this frame which we have already indicated around each of the images. I think that in such a way they will look more accurate. Another gorgeous image. And it's quite a good balance between detailed and not very overwhelming pictures. I really appreciate it. We can select smaller designs. For example, here we can simply do a background maybe in sky colors, some shades of blue, or maybe I can see it also with light yellow for the background, and then quite an easy work for the main characters without adding too many details. But if you want to spend bigger time, we also have more detailed pictures. As I said, book is printed on a very good, very thick paper. Of course, I did paper test. We will talk about it in a couple of minutes, but I can say that you can use everything you want in this book. You can use Neocolor crayons, you can use watercolors for this quick star background, you can use Inktense pencils, whatever you want to. And of course it's good for each brand of pencils. I am absolutely happy with paper in all books by Decamate I own, so it's a pleasure when publisher knows that beautiful art deserves to be printed on good paper, and we colorists deserve to color on good paper without any limits in our art supplies choice. Another gorgeous image. Here I would also do a quite dark blue background, and probably I would use acrylic paint as a first layer. Then on top of it I would sprinkle some pearl watercolors to create interesting shades on the night sky, and then I can work on this beautiful tree. Here we have an invitation to lightness, another gorgeous page. On some of the pictures we have more grayscale faces, so if you prefer to color pictures in such a way, it will be good for you. And some are more in line art. You can practice both ways. Look at this beauty. I absolutely love this portrait. She is beautiful. I do love her face. Again, very helpful but very delicate shading here, and how interesting she has this cancer on her as a hairpiece. Beautiful jewelry and elegant flowers around. Of course, as a Leo, I was extremely interested in this part, and I love all pictures here. This one is more grayscale, and I think that this one is my favorite among all Leo pictures. It's quite complicated, but look at this gorgeous Leo. And I do love her crown made from leaves, also quite interesting. Here we have the key to the chamber of the sun. Next we have Virgo, grayscale image, then line art. I do love this idea. It's called The Swan and a Lark Song. Another absolutely amazing image, it's in my rose garden. As I said, Anna is very good at drawing all flowers, and here we have good example how beautiful are her roses. You can see that I already put a couple of bookmarks bookmarks for the pages which I consider as my first projects. Here I just have to decide which one will be the first. This one is an encounter of light and shadow. I do love this idea of the page, and I do love everything here. Her face, her costume, it's resembling maybe Polish or maybe even something from South Ukraine. And I do love her basket with grapes. Another very good, interesting and even quite philosophy idea is balancing on a thin lifeline. Another quite interesting Scorpio design. And that's the second project which I want to start immediately. You know that I love to color pictures with Native Americans, and here girl, she is very beautiful. I do love her feathers here, I do love her face. So this Scorpio page, maybe it will be my first picture which I want to do here. Next we are moving to the Sagittarius. Here we have like more active women, and I do love. They are a little bit more badass. I do love that on the Anna's pictures we have indeed ladies, women with different characters, with different faces. It's not like one face was included in all the images and only hair and dress was changed. No, I do love that all pictures they have quite interesting compositions, interesting to color, and many interesting details, and ladies are also different, but all are beautiful. Lady of Silence and Inner Flame. Very interesting names of pictures. And it's another page from my top list. Here we have Lady of Time. I haven't decided yet which colors to use, but I'm sure that one day I will color this beauty. This page I want to color in limited color palette. I think about yellow, ochre and blue colors. I think that I will manage to limit myself to just these two colors, and I hope that it will be quite interesting with these elegant flowers, interesting composition on the background. I hope that I will manage to do something not bad from this page. For the Aquarius part and for the fishes which we have in the next part, it's quite appreciated that we can use a watercolor for the background. Here I definitely would use neocolors or watercolor to do background in various shades of turquoise blue, turquoise green and blue colors of course, and then I will work on the main images. I also love all the pictures where we have cosmos, planets. It's interesting to do them. Again, look at this beauty. So here we have fishes. Look at this dancing in the rhythm of music of the spheres. Here we have lotus flowers, koi carps, and it's called Neptune Whisperers. Well, and finally to the paper test. I did 3 tests. We don't have actual test list for tests, so I used simply the last page. And even if pictures are almost one-sided, I still prefer when we don't have any bleeding through, because I don't want to have any stains on this page with pictures names. So here I tested Neocolor crayons. Here I tested a watercolor on dry paper, and then after I applied watercolors, I tried to delete excessive watercolor pigment with clear brush. I hope you can see this light line, and I managed to do it. Sometimes it's quite important if you feel that you put too intense color, you want to delete excessive pigment. And paper, it has to allow you to delete pigment without damaging the surface of the paper, and I managed to do it absolutely perfectly. Here I worked wet on wet, so I put water first, then I dropped watercolor into it. Usually it's the hardest test for the paper because wet on wet, usually it's always bleed through, especially with paints like violet, because it has quite intensive pigment. But look here, any problems at all. And even paper, it's even smooth because it laid closed for an hour, and you can see that even page it's not buckled at all. So paper quality is amazing, and as I said, we don't have to limit ourselves, our imagination in the choice of art supplies. If you feel that you need background with watercolors or background with gouache, with neocolors, you can easily do it. So it's absolutely great quality from Decomate and absolutely beautiful art by Anna Miarczyńska. I will leave you all the links to Anna profile, to her Instagram in the info box, and of course a link where you can purchase this book if you're interested. And of course I invite you to my future videos where I plan to do several pictures in this book. Thank you, and until my next videos.